Do you ever think to yourself that you just don't even recognize this country anymore? Because I do. Um, I mean, it looks the same. You know, you go to maybe local events and things in your community like I did over the weekend. And in many ways, everything just, it seems normal. Seems like things are going as they always have. But when you tune into the news and to politics and see what's going on, it's like a completely different world. And it's a world that I don't recognize, or at least a country that I don't recognize. And maybe it always was that country, and I just didn't see it. That's possible. Maybe these people always were the way they are, but they were just in the shadows. They didn't have a political vehicle, you know, a particular person to voice their awfulness and give them a permission structure and a whole party and media ecosystem that creates the support structure where they feel that yeah, now I can publicly be the horrible person I always have been, whether it be racists, bigots of all different kinds, just a horrible people who want to inflict pain and suffering on others. So many of these Trump supporters, by the way, I think so much of this is a psychological problem with them. So much of it takes place in the context of politics and a political party. But so much of the support for Donald Trump, it's like beyond politics, because the politics don't really matter to so many of them. Like the issues and the policy things they say they believe in, it's really not what it's about. Because how many things has Donald Trump completely flip-flopped on, right? And they flip and flop right along with him. They support whatever position he takes on whatever given day. So today they support massive tariffs. If tomorrow Donald Trump wakes up and says tariffs are horrible, now they will all tell us that tariffs are horrible. You pick your issue, whatever it is. There is no issue that they won't pretend to support today that they won't abandon tomorrow if Donald Trump takes the opposite position. So it's not about politics for them. It's certainly not. It's not about issues for them. A lot of them are just hateful and they're bigoted and their lives, their own personal lives are miserable, and they want that misery inflicted on other people. And Donald Trump is the way that they can do that. Donald Trump gives voice to their hate and their frustration, and the, you know, the disasters that their own lives have been that they don't want to take, that they won't take credit, you know, take responsibility for. Now, they've made a complete mess out of their life, but it's not their fault. It's somebody else's fault. And they want other people to be as miserable as they are. And Donald Trump, there's a satisfaction that Trump gives them by harming other people, especially people that these maga cultists have been programmed to hate. Now, a lot of them just hate these people on their own. But so much of it, I mean, look, if you're not a very smart person, and maybe you have some bigoted tendencies and maybe you're just not the greatest human being to begin with, but your hate isn't focused. You're just generally a miserable sack of shit, and you're not very bright. And you start watching Fox News every day, hours a day, day after day, week after week, month upon month, year upon year. Your hate and your bigotry and your stupidity will be channeled, and they will tell you who you're supposed to hate. And pretty soon, even if you didn't start out hating any particular group or any particular person, pretty soon you're going to start hating those groups and those particular people, because Fox News will have told you enough. It will have been repeated enough that now, you know, you've been brainwashed to hate that person or that group of people or that thing or whatever it is. So the fact that many of these people, I believe, are so just, they're stupid, many of them. Not all of them. I mean, there's people who may in other areas of their life actually be really smart and talented. You know, there's people of all kinds in the MAGA cult. Highly educated people in the MAGA cult. Although, you know, let's be honest, there's not a whole hell of a lot of those. The MAGA cult is overwhelmingly dim-witted, and that's putting it kindly. But they're not all stupid, but a lot of them are stupid. But I think a lot of them too, like I said, are just horrible people in some way to begin with, miserable in some way to begin with. And after time, with this right-wing Trump propaganda media ecosystem, it brainwashes these people, and it gives focus and purpose to their hatred and their misery. And they're all in line with one another. It doesn't matter where you go, whether it's Fox News or Newsmax or YouTube channels or podcasts or whatever. They're all on the same page. Nobody contradicts each other. They're all, and by the way, that's all going to change once Trump is out of the system. This whole thing, wait till you see the shit show that's going to become of the Republican Party in terms of the inter-party fighting and the people trying to position themselves for dominance within the party. Man, once Trump is gone from the scene, however that happens, it is going to be a free-for-all among the freaks and the cultists and then just the awful people just vying for power with what remains of that Trumpified MAGA Republican Party once he leaves the scenes. But right now, they're all on the same page. Damn it, another tick. They're all on the same page right now. So it doesn't matter where you go. It's all going to be reinforced. You're going to get the same spin on everything, no matter where you go. And that helps with the brainwashing because, well, that must be the right position. That must be the right set of alternative facts or outright bullshit lies and propaganda because they're all telling me this. Trump's telling me this. Fox News is telling me this. Newsmax, the podcast bros, they're all saying the exact same thing. So it's got to be correct. If there was any sort of competition of ideas and perspectives within the Republican Party, it wouldn't be so easy to brainwash these people because there'd be people who are all on their side but taking different positions on things and maybe contradicting people a little bit. And it would actually maybe cause some of these half-wit buffoons to at least attempt to think these things through on their own. Oh, well, this Newsmax is telling me this. Fox News is telling me this. Maybe I should think about this a little bit. But when they're all telling them the exact same thing, well, why do I need to think about anything? Obviously, that must be correct because they're all saying the exact same thing. So why am I going to spend any of my limited mental capability as a MAGA Republican to try to figure any of this stuff out myself? I don't have to. They're all telling me the same thing. So I'm just going to accept that as fact. And anything counter to that is fake news. Because if Fox News and Newsmax et al. Are all telling me one thing, and then New York Times or whatever other source of information tells them something different, well then they can just easily dismiss all that as fake news and going back to believing, whatever is in their propaganda media ecosystem. Now, anyway, it's all just so damn screwed up. And as I said at the beginning of this video, it's made it so that although the world, in many ways, in this country, may seem like it's normal, like it has been, the politics, the people on the MAGA Republican side, and so many people who just go along with this, oblivious to what's going on in this country, don't seem to have a problem with it. It's hard. I don't recognize that. It's hard for me to relate to any of those people. But then again, I haven't been brainwashed. So I guess it would be difficult for those who have not been brainwashed and who actually live in the real world and not in the bullshit alternate reality concocted by Trump and his media propagandists. I guess it is difficult for people in the real world who deal with facts and reality and who are decent people. It would be hard for people like us to relate to those brainwashed MAGA cultists who get off, who really enjoy seeing other people suffer and see the president of the United States target people for persecution. And I can't relate to them. And I don't want to. And I never will. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. Talk to you again soon.